Just picture yourself as the owner of a watch that is worth a little fortune, only to watch as its value plummets like a falling stone. We'll explore the ups and downs of some coveted timepieces, from their soaring heights to their jaw-dropping declines. Stay with us until the end to discover the reasons behind these price fluctuations and what it means for collectors and enthusiasts. Rolex Panda Daytona. Many of you may be familiar with the Panda Daytona. Even from years ago, before the recent watch craze took off, it was always a watch that was highly sought after and usually sold for more than its original retail price. Back when the watch market was at its peak, the Panda Daytona was selling for a hefty $54,000 to $56,000, and some people were willing to pay that much just to get their hands on it. Even grey market dealers were paying a bit less, but they still had to shell out a substantial amount because the watch was in such high demand. Fast forward to today, and you can find a brand new Panda Daytona for around $32,000 to $33,000. If you're open to buying a pre-owned one, you're still looking at a price of around $30,000. While these prices are still double the original retail price, it's a significant improvement from the times when people were paying 3 to 4 times the manufacturer's suggested retail price. So if you've been eyeing this watch and considering adding it to your collection, now might be the perfect time to make the purchase, especially with the holidays approaching. It's worth noting that watch prices tend to increase by about 5 to 8% during the holiday season, so acting sooner rather than later could save you some money. Rolex Daytona. Now, let's talk about the Rolex Daytona, particularly the famous John Mayer edition with its striking green dial and lustrous yellow gold casing and bracelet. This Daytona is often considered one of the most visually captivating ones Rolex has ever created. Personally, I have a soft spot for the platinum version, with its factory diamond bezel, but there's no denying that the John Mayer edition is an absolute showstopper when it graces your wrist. During the peak of its popularity, this watch was reaching astonishing prices of around $170,000, making it a true luxury item. However, times have changed, and today you can snag a brand new one for approximately $90,000. If you're open to owning a gently used one that's just a few years old, you might find it in the mid-$70,000 range, depending on whether it comes with its original box and papers. As for the future, it's hard to predict with certainty. The value of a watch can be influenced by various factors, including its rarity and demand. If Rolex ever decides to discontinue this model, it could become even harder to find, potentially driving its price higher. While it's unlikely to drop below the $60,000 a range in the foreseeable future, the world of luxury watches is always full of surprises, so who knows what might happen down the road. Patek Philippe 5980 R. During the height of its popularity, this particular watch was reaching sky-high prices, nearly touching the $400,000 mark. Depending on where you bought it, it could have been in the ballpark of $390,000. However, fast forward to today, and you'll find that a brand new one will set you back around $220,000, and it even comes with a new buckle. If you're open to owning a pre-owned one, you might find it for approximately $175,000. That's quite a dramatic decrease in price from its peak. It's worth acknowledging that even at this reduced price point, some might still consider it to be on the higher end of the luxury watch spectrum. If you were one of the individuals who paid the premium price for it during its heyday, I can understand that it may be disappointing to see such a significant decrease in value. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Jumbo. Next, let's discuss the AP Royal Oak Jumbo, available in both a 39mm stainless steel and rose gold version. This watch is a real beauty, with its 39mm case size and a thinner profile than the regular Royal Oak, making it a standout piece in the luxury watch world. In its prime, the stainless steel version of this watch was commanding top dollar prices, reaching an impressive range of $140,000 to $150,000 for the 15202 model. However, things have changed, and today you can acquire a stainless steel one for around $60,000. If you have your eye on the 16202 model, which features rose gold, it will still set you back closer to $90,000. This represents a significant decrease in value compared to its peak prices, with the stainless steel version dropping by more than half. However, it's important to note that despite this drop, it's still trading for around double its original retail price. Rolex Pepsi. At the peak of their popularity, these watches were commanding prices of around $32,000. However, during a low point in the market, brand new ones were available for as low as $19,000. Interestingly, the prices have started to climb back up, and today, if you're interested in purchasing a brand new one, you're likely looking at a price range of around $22,000. Particularly, the Pepsi versions of these watches are a bit hard to come by at the moment, especially if you're looking for brand new pieces. If you're open to buying pre-owned, you might find them for under $20,000. Audemars Piguet, 50th Anniversary, Royal Oak. At its peak in the market, this particular watch was reaching impressive heights, with prices ranging from around $125,000 to $150,000. When the green dial version was initially released, demand was so high that some were asking as much as $240,000 to $250,000 for it. However, the market has since shifted, and today you can find these watches available for purchase in the mid-$60,000 range. This represents a substantial decrease in value, as it's around half of what they were selling for at their peak. It's worth noting that even though the prices have come down, these watches still command prices above their original retail value. It's also interesting to mention that the 50th anniversary editions of these watches tend to fetch about 10% more than the non-50th anniversary versions. You can easily identify the 50th anniversary models by looking for the 50th marking on the watch, usually located in a noticeable spot, Patek Philippe Nautilus Rose Gold. This watch is undoubtedly one of the favorites among collectors, but it did experience a significant drop in its market value. At the peak of its popularity, people were willing to pay a whopping high $400,000, almost $500,000, for the 59 90R model. However, today you can acquire one for a relatively lower price, in the high $200,000 range. Even though the price has decreased, it's important to note that it still commands a substantial premium over its manufacturer's suggested retail price. It's worth mentioning that there's often confusion between the 5990R and the 5980R models. These two watches are distinct and feature completely different movements. However, both are excellent timepieces and have managed to maintain their value quite well despite the market fluctuations. In the end, thanks for watching, everyone. Feel free to comment down your thoughts regarding this video. And if you want more content like this, subscribe to Luxury Focus to stay updated with all of our latest videos. See you next time.